So I'm going to kind of ask you an off-the-wall question. So nowadays, there's all this controversy about medical marijuana, right? And but in India in the ancient times, from what I understand, the yogis were smoking pot, right? So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I remember going to Rishikesh. Have you been to Rishikesh in India?
I have not.
Most people go there on holy pilgrimages.
Right.
And they go to Haridwar also on a holy pilgrimage. Haridwar literally means the door to God. Yeah. And most people also go there when they cremate their ancestors or their parents, and they take their ashes there.
Right.
So when we were going up there, me and my brother with the ashes of my father, we saw these sadhus, these renunciate sadhus by the Ganges, and they looked pretty stoned.
Yeah.
So I asked my taxi driver, I said, what are they smoking? He said, ganja. Yeah. Ganja is a kind of form of cannabis. Huh? So I asked the taxi driver, I said, can we get some? He says, no, sir, you have to be enlightened. There's a perspective to everything. I think medical marijuana is not at all harmful, provided it's used for the right purpose. In many spiritual traditions, they use consciousness-altering substances. Cannabis is one of them, but there are many others that are used, like mushrooms. There are others, peyote in the American Indian tradition, and they're all used under supervision. Right. They're all used through some kind of shamanic ritual, and they're all used to alter state of consciousness with a particular goal in mind, a certain attention and intention. They're almost initiatory rites into, or rites of passage into the spiritual world. And done properly, there's nothing wrong with them. In fact, I think, and I'll say this, it might be controversial, but I think a lot of religions could have been founded on an experience like that. Lord Shiva, for example, is always smoking ganja, right?
Exactly.
Shiva is never seen without ganja.
Yeah.
I think when Christ turned the water into wine, the cask probably had some mushrooms in it. And when Moses fed manna to the Israelites, they were so happy. What was it all about? So I think done properly, it's okay. Now, these substances are not usually habit-forming. Like cigarettes are habit-forming. Right. Cigarettes are really dangerous, okay? Right. Alcohol is habit-forming. Marijuana can be habit-forming if it is used frequently. So you have to be very careful.
Oh, that's like
you have to do it under supervision, and you have to do it where it's legal, otherwise you'll get into trouble.